Welcome to Wheels Up with Sunrise on Wheels. I'm Michelle Newman. Today's program has 3 segments. First, I'll take you on a trip visiting all 7 wonders of the world. Chichen Itza in Mexico, Machu Picchu in Peru, Christ the Redeemer in Brazil, the Roman Colosseum, Petra in Jordan, Taj Mahal in India, and the Great Wall of China. Next, our friend Caroline will craft with us, making our very own travel passport. And I hope you'll play along as we play 7 Wonders Trivia. Today, let's visit the new 7 Wonders of the world. While there are some others, these are all man-made and were voted on in an online poll. We'll begin in Chichen Itza, Mexico. Go to Machu Picchu in Peru, across to Christ the Redeemer in Brazil, fly to the Roman Colosseum in Italy, down to Petra in Jordan, over to the Taj Mahal in India, and at the end, the Great Wall of China. First, let's look at Chichen Itza in Mexico. I visited this ancient city when I was in Cancun, Mexico. Sacred to the Mayan people, it is an amazing archaeological site and is visited each year by more than a million visitors. The most recognizable structure is the massive stepped pyramid in the middle of the courtyard. It has 4 sides like the points of a compass, each with 91 steps. When you include the step at the top, it adds up to 365 steps, the number of days in the year. Cool, huh? Twice a year, the pyramid is set in such a way that a shadow falls on the pyramid in the shape of a snake. As the sun goes down, it looks a bit like the shadowy snake is going down. What do you think? Do you see it? At the bottom of the steps are massive snake heads. Next, let's take a look at the ball court where teams of Mayans played with a heavy rubber ball. The goal was to get the ball through the heavy stone ring high on the court walls. But you weren't allowed to use your hands or feet, only elbows, knees, or hips. And it was a game of life or death. Chichen Itza is not only a religious and ceremonial site, its engravings help us to understand the wisdom of the Mayans. Each building is positioned according to the stars and planets. This city was a hub of trade for more than 700 years, and it is a magical place. Next, we travel to Peru, where we will see Machu Picchu. It is one of the few major pre-Columbus ruins found relatively intact. These ancient Incan ruins are very high up in the Andes Mountains, perched above a river and between 2 sharp peaks. It was lost and then rediscovered in 1911 by Professor Hiram Bingham. The dwellings at Machu Picchu were built and occupied 600 years ago. It is unclear what the exact purpose was for this city in the sky, and likewise no one really knows why it was abandoned after approximately 100 years. The general layout of the area is remarkable. There are dozens of stepped terraces that look like giant green staircases where they once grew potatoes and corn. Walkways and thousands of steps carved into the rock connect the terraces and major buildings. The ruins of Machu Picchu are filled with evidence of how amazing the Incan builders were. How did they get these huge granite rocks up this mountain? Some of the stonework is so well put together that there are no gaps in all the joins, even without any mortar. This area is a very earthquake-prone spot, but this construction allows the stones to dance. That is, they bounce through the tremors and then fall back into place. Pretty cool. Without this building method, many structures would have collapsed years ago. One of the very special hikes is to climb Huyana Picchu, the tall peak behind the ruins. Only 400 are allowed to climb each day, and I was one of the lucky ones. The hike begins after signing in at the warden's hut. Quickly, the steps become extremely steep, very narrow, and quite old. There are parts in which you need to use your hands as well as your feet.
Some sections lack railings or even cliff sides to help with balance. But when you arrive at the top, you'll have an amazing panoramic view of Machu Picchu. Here I am at the top. Now going down is almost harder than going up. Through a narrow cave and down a ladder. But at the end, you have a great sense of accomplishment. Well, what do you think? Isn't Machu Picchu remarkable? Next, we go across to Brazil. Towering over the city of Rio de Janeiro is Christ the Redeemer, the largest Art Deco statue in the world. Perched on the summit of Mount Corcovado Mountain, it stands 98 feet tall, 2/3 the height of the Statue of Liberty. Its outstretched arms reach to 92 feet. It is made of reinforced concrete, clad in a mosaic of thousands of triangular soapstone tiles. Look at those toes. 3 million visitors travel here each year. It's an impressive sight and offers a breathtaking view overlooking the Bay of Rio. Next, we travel across the Atlantic Ocean to Italy. The Colosseum was built almost 2,000 years ago in the heart of ancient Rome. It is the largest amphitheater, meaning theater in the round, in the world. It's as high as a 12-story building and can seat approximately 50,000 spectators who would come to watch sporting events and games. Many thousands of people and animals suffered violent death here in gladiator battles. There were lots of men and a few women fighting on the arena floor. The fights were a semi-fake like professional wrestling, but could soon turn brutal. There were also lots of animals, including fighting with lions, tigers, and elephants. Below the Colosseum are numerous rooms and passages, with an incredible system of tunnels, cages, and trap doors, which were once used to allow for sudden appearances. Severe damage was inflicted on the Colosseum by a 1939 earthquake, causing the outer south side to collapse. Although much of the Colosseum has been destroyed, it is an amazing structure, and it's great fun to walk in and around. Each year, 6 million people visit. While I've been here many times, most recently, I brought my grandsons. Our next wonder is the city of Petra, located in modern-day Jordan, and I'm sure you'll be amazed when you see it. It is surrounded by the Arabian Desert in modern-day Jordan. The approach to this ancient city is through a spectacular red sandstone gorge that in some parts is only a few meters wide. Just before the end of the gorge, called the Seek, there is a split in the rocks which provides an unforgettable preview of the city's most astounding monument, the Treasury. Here's my husband and I standing in front of it. Carved into the rock face is this amazing structure, incredibly etched and intricate carvings. It was built over 2,000 years ago. How did they do it? It is essentially a facade, kind of like today's movie sets. It contains no treasure, although many have looked, none were found. Today, it contains some tombs below. The first thing that struck me during my visit was if 2,500 years ago I was traveling in the desert by camel, would I have stopped here and built a major city? Well, that is exactly what the Nabateans did. It was home to 30,000 people. I guess it made a good stop for caravans making their way from Egypt to Greece along the Silk Road. In the desert, water is very important, and these people were so smart. They built an intricate system of aqueducts which carried and funneled the water from the mountains. They had cisterns which captured the water, and tunnels and reservoirs protected the city from flash floods by redirecting heavy storm water. The raw beauty of Petra is what draws its millions of visitors. This incredible city is an amazing assortment of caves, temples, theaters, and tombs carved from blushing pink sandstone that changes color every hour. What do you think? Isn't it beautiful? Our next wonder, the Taj Mahal, is located in North India in a town called Agra, surrounded or perhaps protected by the red sandstone walls on 3 sides. We'll walk through the gate and behold the ivory white domed building, surrounded by 4 pillars called minarets. Here my husband and I are taking a perfect photo. The reflecting pool provides a lovely view. The Taj is a symbol of great love, built by Shah Jahan to entomb his beloved wife who had died. It took 20,000 workers, masons, stonecutters, and artisans 20 years to construct, and 1,000 elephants transported the construction materials. Made of ivory white marble, the colors of the Taj Mahal change as it reflects the sun and the moon. As you approach closer, you see the exterior is inlaid with intricate decorations and numerous precious stones. The Taj Mahal stands on the Yamuna River and is truly a wonder to be seen. Our last and 7th wonder of the world is the incredible Great Wall of China. This ancient wall was built to protect the Empire of China from enemy attacks. It is the longest structure humans have ever built. Its winding path over rugged country and steep mountains takes in some beautiful scenery. The long wall was built over 2,300 years. It protected a lot of different dynasties and territorial borders. Only a few parts of the original wall can be visited. Today we'll visit Motianyu, 2 hours from Beijing. We can take a cable car up the mountain, giving us a lovely aerial view. We can walk this fully restored section of the wall and into the watchtowers used for keeping an eye out for the enemy. The surrounding scenery is lovely. Look up into that mountain. My guide says they believe the mountain is a person or Buddha lying down. Do you see it? This is the ideal section of the Great Wall. Not too many crowds. But the part I like the best is to get down. We can take a toboggan slide, zooming down a steep, zigzagging slide with views of the Great Wall along the way. Isn't that fun? Now our journey to the 7 new wonders of the world must come to an end. Thanks for coming along. Which one is your favorite?
Today's video was about the 7 wonders of the world. Today's craft is that theme. So the 7 wonders of the world are the Great Wall of China, Petra, the Colosseum, Machu Picchu, Taj Mahal, Christ the Redeemer, and Chichen Itza. Today we are going to making a passport that has some of the places you visited in the video today. A passport is a special book that you need to travel from one country to another. It has very special information in it. This is my passport. It has a picture of me, my name, my birthday, and where I'm from. Sometimes when you go to the airport, they give you a stamp that shows where you were going. This is the passport that we are going to make together today. I hope you have fun doing this craft with me. For this project, you will need 1 piece of colored paper for your cover of your book, and 3 pieces of white paper for the inside of your book. You also need this printout that will be given to you, a scissor, glue, a pencil to draw everything, something to color with like markers or crayons, some watercolor, and to put my book together I'm using a stapler. To make the book, you're going to put the color that you want to be the cover on top of your pile, and you're going to line up all the papers and then fold it over so that it makes a book, and make sure to push it really hard. Then I'm going to use my stapler and I'm going to staple the folded end so that it's like a book. To decorate the cover of my passport, I'm going to write my passport on the front. But you can also write your name, or you could just write passport. You can write whatever you want. So I'm going to write my passport and then I'm going to go over it with a blue marker, but you can do whatever you want. You can keep it in the pencil, or you can use any color you want, and you could make it your own. And then to decorate it more, I'm going to draw a plane on the front. So that's what it looks like. And then I'm going to draw a plane on the front. So first, you're going to draw a shape like that. And then you're going to draw 2 triangles like that. And then 2 triangles on the bottom like that. And then you're going to draw a little window like that. And then some lines like that. Now we're going to put the important information that's in your passport. So first, it's your name, and my name is Caroline, so I'm going to write name Caroline. And then it also has your birthday, so I'm going to write birthday, and my birthday is August 18, 2006, so I'm going to write that. And it also has where you were from. So I'm going to write place of birth. I was born in New York, USA. So this is what it should look like. In my passport, I'm going to put my 3 favorite places that we saw in the video today. Those were the Taj Mahal, Machu Picchu, and Chichen Itza. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the Taj Mahal on my first page. So to draw it, first draw a straight line, and then another line down, and then across, like that. And then back up and across, like that. And then back up and down, like that. Then you're going to draw the domes on top. So first you're going to draw a rectangle on each of them, like that. And then put a dome on top and make the one in the middle a little bit bigger than the other ones, like that. Then you're going to make the doors. So first draw like a shape like that, and then the windows like that, and then on the other side too, like that. And then you're going to draw the door in the middle. So make a shape like that, and then a smaller one in the middle of that. So that's the Taj Mahal. And in India, there are elephants, so there are elephants at the Taj Mahal. So in the packet that you got, there's a picture of the elephant. So I'm going to cut it out and glue it on my passport. Now that I cut out my elephant, I'm going to glue it on and watercolor it. So I'm going to glue it underneath the Taj Mahal, but you could put it anywhere you want. So I'm going to glue it on, and then I'm going to watercolor it. And I'm going to watercolor it all different colors so that it's colorful. So now that I'm done watercoloring the elephant, I'm going to cut out the Taj Mahal that's written on here. And there's 2 different fonts, but I'm going to use this one. And I'm just going to cut it out and put it on top so that people know it's the Taj Mahal. And then I'm going to put some glue. And then put it on. So that's the Taj Mahal page done. So on the next page, I'm going to draw Chichen Itza. So I like Chichen Itza because I learned about it in Spanish class because it's in Mexico. So it's like a pyramid. So first you're going to draw a triangle, like that. And then you're going to draw a line that's like a little bit slanted on the side of it like that, and then draw a slightly slanted line connecting them. Then you're going to draw the bricks on it, and the lines do not have to match up. They can be whatever you want. So those are a few of them to show. And then you're going to continue doing that all the way down so that it looks like bricks on them. Next I'm going to color it brown and yellow because it's like a pyramid. And after that I'm going to draw a sun because it's the daytime in the corner of the paper. So first I'm just coloring it a light brown so that it looks more like a pyramid. Now that I've colored in Chichen Itza, I'm going to draw a sun in the corner of my paper. So first I'm going to draw a circle and then some rays coming out of it. And then I'm going to color in the circle like that. And then I'm going to cut out Chichen Itza from the words, and I'm going to use the other font this time. And I'm going to glue it on the bottom of the paper. So that's the Chichen Itza page. Now I'm going to do the Machu Picchu page. So since Machu Picchu is like a mountain, I'm going to draw a big triangle so that it looks like a mountain. And this one's going to take up most of the page. Like that. And then I'm going to draw some clouds on the top because it's so high up and it's like in the clouds. Like that. Then since I like animals so much, I'm going to cut out the llama because they're at Machu Picchu. And I'm also going to watercolor the llama like I did the elephant to make it really colorful. So now I'm going to glue it on. So now it looks like the llama is climbing up Machu Picchu. So now I'm going to cut out the words Machu Picchu from the page. Now I'm going to glue it on the top of the page. So now I'm going to watercolor the llama. So I'm going to make it really colorful and like all different colors like the elephant. So I went back on my Machu Picchu page and I colored the mountain brown and the clouds blue. And it's a little bit hard to see the llama, but it's only because the watercolor is still wet. But when it dries, you will be able to see it a little bit clearer. So now I'm going to go back through my book and I'm going to color the words that are on the pages. So I'm going to color them all different colors so that it's a little bit more colorful. And I'm also going to color a little bit off of where I cut it off so that it looks like that. And as you can see, when the watercolor dried on the elephant, it looks really cool. So I'm going to continue doing that with all of the words on the pages. If it was hard to see the coloring on the words, this is one of the pages that I did. And as you can see, it looks really colorful. So if you can tell, there are a few empty pages at the end. You can either fill these pages with more places that you visited in the video, places you have visited, or places you want to visit. You could do anything you want. I hope you had fun making this passport with me, and I hope you have fun making your own passport with all the places you visit or want to visit. Bye!
Welcome to Wonders of the World Trivia. You know how it's played. 10 questions, 4 answers, only one of which is correct. So are we ready to play some trivia?
Yes.
Question number 1. In what country is Chichen Itza? A. Mexico, B. Chile, C. Peru, or D. India? Which country? 4, 3, 2, 1. And the correct answer is Mexico! Question number 2. Which wonder of the world is a ruined city in beautiful mountains? A. The Taj Mahal, Machu Picchu, or D. Petra? What do you think the answer might be? Whoops! And the correct answer is C, Machu Picchu.
That was a guess.
Everybody's getting all of these questions right.
We're so smart.
We're 2 for 2.
Question number 3. Christ the Redeemer towers over what city?
That's a tough
A,
one.
Cape Town, South Africa. B, Cancun, Mexico. C, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Or D, Lima, Peru. Is this a tough one? Let's see. And the correct answer is Rio.
See, you're so much smarter than you even thought.
Smarter than fifth graders, what we are.
Question number 4. What took place in the ancient Roman Colosseum? A, gladiator fights. B, fights between warriors and lions. C, elephants. Or D, all of the above. Answers, please. And the answer is all of the above.
Just said I didn't read to the bottom.
Yeah, but elephant hunts didn't make sense to me, but I guess that was just something I didn't know about.
Well,
Yeah.
you'll see in the movie.
Question number 5. What is the overwhelming color in Petra? A, blue. B, green. C, pink. Or D, yellow. What is the color? If you watched my movie, you would know.
Let's see, the correct answer is pink. It is definitely the pink city.
Question number 6. Why was the Taj Mahal built? A, a tomb for the emperor's dead wife. B, a lost city. C, a museum. Or D, a temple. Answers, please. 4, 3, 2, 1. And the correct answer is a tomb for the emperor's dead wife. Question number 7. What is the longest wall in the world? A, a Great Wall of China. B, Berlin Wall. C, Walls of Babylon. Or D, Mexican border. I think this one's an easy one. Okay, time to lock in your answers. And the answer is Great Wall of China. Everybody got it right. Question number 8. How many steps does the pyramid in Chichen Itza have in total? A, 7. B, 30. C, 365. Or D, 1,000. What do you think? And
may
the
have gotten this wrong.
correct answer
Oh.
is 365.
Very interesting. I picked it because it seemed like it wasn't too much and it wasn't too little. And then I was like, oh, it's probably a trick because that's how many days in a year. But
No, I got 1,000.
Question number 9. What fun way can you come down the Great Wall of China? A, a giant swing. B, a toboggan slide. C, an inner tube. Or D, a snowmobile. If you saw my movie, you would know this one. It's a toboggan slide.
I went to at it.
I'm always last.
Wait, we have one more question, don't we?
Final question. In which wonder of the world would you find the treasury? The Taj Mahal, Machu Picchu, C, Petra, or D, I'm tired. Oh my goodness, I guess I'm tired when I made this game. What's your
It's kind of a
answers?
mistake.
And the answer is Petra! Let's check the leaderboard, and Linda's the winner!
She's won again. She's
Oh my
And
every week.
Sherry is the loser and you're the winner every week.
Well, I hope you'll join us next time for a new game.